Wow, look at this. Welcome to the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us on iTunes right now, please leave a 4-star review, 5-star review. Did I even set this camera up before we did this? Guys, I don't even know.
The camera's over here.
I don't even know where I am. Yeah. Whoo, what a day. What a week. Just did a bunch of shows in Tampa, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, and Raleigh, North Carolina. The shows were awesome. Thank you to everybody who came out. It was so great to meet the fans and chill and drink with you guys.
It was fun. I went to the Georgia show.
Yeah, you went to the Savannah show.
How weird is that? We didn't bump into each other. We met, the first time we met was in Charlotte.
In the airport.
The airport, and we were both on the people movers thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, we were the only two in the airport with like our masks off.
Yeah.
And then like we passed each other and I looked and I was like, Chrissy? And you were like, hi, Jay? And I was like, I'll swing back around. So then I had to wait.
And then I was like, is he coming? Are we going to say hi?
I was like, I had to wait till I went off and then had to turn around and then come all the way back.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. God, sorry for this camera angle, guys. I'm here with my guest. In studio. No, you were perfect. I'm here with my guest in studio, Drunk 3PO.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be here.
It's great to have you in my hotel room. This is the first time I've ever had a man in my hotel room doing an interview.
I'm glad I'm your first.
Yeah. So this was great. We went to Universal Studios today, and I have very much a bias towards these theme parks. I very much clumped them all into one. I was like, what's the difference? Whether it's Universal, whether it's the Magic friggin' Kingdom, I don't know, whether it's Epcot Center, it's all the same shit. It's all just like so expensive, and it's full of mentally ill adults avoiding the responsibilities of their lives. And it is that, but also the parks are different. And I was so happy that you took me to Universal because it was a really great time. It was better than I expected. And I haven't been in a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I was waiting for what you were going to say. So that was pretty good. It was a long day, though. It was a long day.
So long. My feet are like really killing me.
We walked around the parks a few times because we went live on the Park Hoppin channel that I run with Geeks and Gamers.
And Ryan was there too.
And yeah, we got
Ryan Kinnell.
Got RK Outpost out, who also hates theme parks. So I got a 2-for-1 with that. I got a 2-for-1. And then we also recorded a video. And then we were like hustling because I wanted to make sure she rode a lot of rides. So it was like an hour and a half live stream that we walked around. Then we walked around again. Then we got alcohol. Then we got food. And then it was like, all right, let's ride more rides. And so we really hustled. So
Frank asked me what rides I went on. I couldn't even tell him because I just like, I don't know. I feel like I blanked out each time. So it was the King Kong ride.
We went on King Kong.
Jurassic Park. No?
Yes, we went on the Jurassic Park water ride.
Yeah.
Did you get wet?
I did. I got gently splashed.
And then you adopted a child.
Yes.
They put some random child next to
child with us. And I was like, you're part of our family now. His name, and then I was like, what's your name, kiddo? He's like Zayden. I was like, your name is Satan? And he's like, no, it's Zayden, like Aiden with a Z. And I was like, ugh, what a horrible name.
And then when the ride was done, he went, Mom, I met really cool people.
Yeah.
She was in another boat.
They sent him off on his own boat.
I don't know how that happened.
That's the thing you have to think about when you're a family going to these theme parks. Like, who is going to be your odd man out? You know, and it's hard to know. It's hard to anticipate, like, how many people are going to be needed for your typical ride. Would you say that it's 4? You're pretty experienced.
Yeah, it's usually an even number.
Okay.
We had an odd number, so they kept adding people to the group. I was wanting Ryan to like ride with all the weird people, which we accomplished, I think. And he tried to make a friend.
Yeah.
Like we went on a Spider-Man ride. They put someone next to Ryan, and Ryan was very nice.
Yeah.
And then he cursed out everybody else. when
he
the
was
ride got
cursing
stolen.
people out. He was judging people right and left for their appearance. He was very much judging the wheelchair-bound individuals, the people on the motorized carts.
That was funny. So the motorized cart people.
We went to what I really liked was the Harry Potter section.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to explain this to Frank, like it's actually 2 Universal parks in one, but they kind of blend into each other, don't they?
Yeah, it's you have London, and then you could take the Hogwarts Express to Hogsmeade, where the castle is and all that stuff. People are talking about my mustache in the chat. Why is that? It's just the way. It's the lighting, people. It's the lighting.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, the mustache is really like it's as much as the rest of the facial hair, but I think because my like kind of this is my travel ring light, which isn't as good as what I normally use. The ring light is putting its full force on the mustache part of your facial hair, so it's not really doing all of your facial hair justice.
Jay doesn't look bad with a mustache. You know how some guys, myself included, look like someone from Queen when they have a mustache? Jay looks like he would be a firefighter style.
You actually
firefighter.
Don't look, Frank looks
I could see it.
gay with a mustache.
I look extremely gay. Like I just got AIDS from Freddie Mercury in the 80s gay.
Well,
like, really bad.
Yeah.
But Jay, you could pull it off, dude. You should try it.
This is gay.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it's
working. Yeah.
So, this is like 5 o'clock shadow. Like we've been out in the sun all day, haven't showered. I probably smell wonderful. We ate dead animal.
We just ate some steak. I just took like some Advil because I've had a really bad headache, and I know exactly why. It's because like, I knew that I was going to come off keto today, but I came off it like at 100 miles an hour. Like I had right out of the bat, off the gate. Ryan was like, "I'm getting this fruity fun drink," and I was like, "Oh, I need to have that. Get one for me too," because I thought I wouldn't be able to experience the park unless I had a sugary, boozy drink.
Which had a lot of alcohol,
which I didn't need to do. So here's what I would recommend to people: like, don't have more than like one drink. I think I had 2 alcoholic beverages. I think Ryan had.
He had one every 10 minutes.
Ryan had like 4 beers.
I know.
Wait, I had a Duff Light beer, and then I had that fruity thing in the beginning. So I had 2. And then we had the butter beer at Harry Potter Land, which is not beer or alcohol at all.
No, that was more like a sweet soda.
Yeah, it's like a sweet soda with like a marshmallowy cream on top.
I didn't have one. I got pumpkin juice.
What did the pumpkin juice taste like?
It's like ginger ale type thing.
Is it pumpkin-y?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's an acquired taste.
So this is what happens when you have alcohol and a bunch of sugar and it's hot out. You're gonna get a headache and you're gonna feel like, ugh, not great. So,
but we got Chrissie a Thing 2 shirt, and we went through Dr. Seuss. It was a visor. What did I say? Shirt? Yeah, a visor. Sorry.
I gotta get it. I don't know. I'm gonna screw up the set.
You probably will.
Yeah, actually. Oh shoot! Is it in the car? It might be in the car.
No, you had it on your head when you came in.
Okay, where is it? It's probably by my jacket. Yeah, I had to get a Thing 2 visor because
we matched.
Jay had Thing 1, and I feel like you got that to kind of counteract the Queen beads I made you wear.
I wore it proudly.
Yeah, I convinced the talking fountain you and Ryan
were married actually.
Just got married,
and they celebrated it by spraying water.
They said, "Oh, this is a wedding shower."
All over.
And it was like...
And everybody clapped thunderously.
Yep, because you have to. You have to support the gays whether you want to or not.
I walked away as fast as I could.
You skipped away. You sashayed.
We were still live. That's the thing. It was like we're still on the live stream, so you had to maintain professionalism because that's what I am, a professional.
Your channel, Park Hoppin, it's extremely professional. Like so much so that I was like, I don't know if I should even be on here. You don't curse. You keep it very family friendly.
Well, all right. So here's what happened. The only time I had to censor, there's just one time, is we were in line for King Kong. And there were 2, I'm telling the truth. There were 2 deaf lesbians in front of us. It's a true story. Right in front of us. And they were doing the sign language thing, and I was watching and making sure they were deaf, and they were, because we were making loud, rude noises. Well, Ryan was mostly behind them.
And you speak sign language, which I didn't.
Yeah, and I mentioned, I
curveball.
said, I took sign language all through college. I had like years of it. And so I'm like understanding what they're saying. And so I was like, let me practice. So I just go up to one and tap them on the shoulder.
You go, I see that you're deaf. I want to get in on this.
And so I was like, hey, I want to practice my sign language. So we had a nice conversation.
Handversation.
Yeah, I don't know how you call it. So most people don't know that I know sign language. And so Chrissie was impressed, I guess.
Yes, very impressed.
So, and then we were walking out, and I asked, so we did the ride and we came out, and I said, for Park Hoppin, I was like, you want to review the ride? So Ryan spoke, and then Ryan brought up, he goes, there was also deaf lesbians. And Chrissie goes, yeah, Jay was trying to scissor with them. And I was like, oh, yeah, man.
I said, I
had to like stop that one.
Deaf lesbian sign language. I said, that's lesbian sign language right here.
I was like, there's a lot of families that watch Park.
But hold on, why can't you say scissoring? And like, what does this mean to kids? Do they even know what that means?
Probably not, but it's just,
Scissoring is not.
It'll probably be left in. I'll probably just beep. But I started laughing. I had to stop the camera because when you were doing that from the back, you were like, this was Jay with the deaf lesbians. Who could say they hung out with deaf
lesbian sounds like an all-girl remake band of Def Leppard. It's like revamped.
Well, the funny thing was
very cool,
they were asking me in sign language, do your friends know how to sign? And I said, no, they don't know how to sign. And then Ryan goes, oh, I know one. And he made the masturbation sign. I don't know what it was.
He's like, oh, the only language I know is this.
Yeah.
And then they started
and they
laughing.
all started laughing.
Like, oh, yeah. That's universal. That crosses
and
all languages.
And then they were like, your friend is funny. And so I was
okay.
like, okay. So we were all friends. And then we rode King Kong.
Imagine these poor deaf lesbians are like, thank God we're deaf lesbians. No one's going to bother us. Like, who knows sign language? Probably very few people. And now
and this big man like slaps him on the shoulder.
Enjoy our theme park in peace. And then you're like, I want to get into your thing. Include me.
I was fascinated with their conversation. They were talking about all wet, like being all wet. And I asked them, I was like, because we were going to go on the Jurassic Park ride next. And I was asking them if they were soaking wet. And I was asking them if that was the ride that got them wet.
Soaking wet, deaf lesbians. Are you picturing it?
And they were really short too. They were like,
well,
everyone's short next to me, but like, yeah, they were very little.
Yeah.
Very, very little. So
they were very little. And one had like a very short, classically lesbian haircut. Like exactly what you're all imagining, like just real short hair.
Yeah, one of them had the butch.
Yeah.
And the other one was purple hair.
The other one was the girl.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Joy is a solid.
So Chrissie didn't know that you could experience things like that at a theme park with those kind of people. We saw all kinds of people though. People that shouldn't be wearing spandex.
Yes, lots of women very confident in just wearing their workout clothes, just wearing like many women wearing just a sports bra and their matching like yoga pants. Just that was their park outfit. And a lot of them were like the very tight yoga pants that like you can see like go into your ass crack. Like it's a special brand of yoga pants. And it's like, wow, like that's what you're wearing. All right.
But they lived larger than life too. That's the other thing. They were living larger than life.
What does that mean?
they were extra. They were extra special.
Extra special.
There's a lot more extra blessing upon them.
They were BBWs. They were large and in charge.
And you just kind of like you left the house like that, didn't you? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and it's not even like whether you're like, I don't know, in shape, out of shape. It just is like, you're not put together. You're not wearing an outfit. You're not like, I don't know. It's not very
You
classy.
should dress
It's not
for
very
the
classy.
body type that you have. Nothing wrong with being large. Nothing wrong
Right.
with being small. But
I just think like you're not dressed when you're wearing your gym clothes out. Like I just don't think people should wear that on flights either. I think people need to like get dressed again.
and then you met a man wearing a silk
Yes.
nightgown or
Many
something.
layers of like gauzy see-through clothing, and then like obviously
And Chrissie was just
gay.
like,
I
love your outfit,
I
and went right up to
started
him.
doing this. I was like, I love all of this. And of course, if you do this and say I love this to a gay man, they'll instantly be your best friend, which I need in my life since all my gays have turned their back on me since I've joined the alt-right, supposedly. So I like to connect with them when I can.
And she's like, can I get a selfie? And he's like, okay. Got the eyebrows real quick. And, he was ready. He was ready for that selfie. While we were in line.
Could I even put the selfie up on the screen?
While we were in line to get butterbeers.
Butterbeers.
He was in line waiting.
Would it even make sense to try and like show my selfie of me and this dude?
I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, this is so bad that I'm showing a. No, this is bad. You can't really tell.
Yeah, it was bright.
Yeah, he looks kind of just
really
like
bright.
a gay knight, honestly. So
a gay knight?
Like he looks like a knight. Doesn't he look like a knight?
Yeah. All right, you're right. Yeah. Now that I see
Instead
it. But
of,
it was
armor,
like silky see-through.
Silky, everything was see-through. He had a lot of chains. I think I got tan today. Are you Cuban?
Some parts.
Oh.
Miami boy, You
are Cuban? Boy. Cubano? Estoy cubano? ¿Estás?
Chris Max is a gay knight. Yeah. But Ryan loves butterbeer. Like he didn't stop with the.
He really did, and it's pretty sweet. I couldn't even drink the I couldn't even finish mine.
The problem is he called the stuff on the top.
Come. I said, "What's in this, Ryan?" He said, "Oh, it's some kind of a like sweet soda and cum
on the top." It's like a white frothy layer that they put on the top. Yeah, it's really thick. And
I wish cum tasted like that. Not that cum is bad, but it's not like a sugary, syrupy topping. You guys know what I mean.
A little extra sticky. I don't know if you make mustache. Never mind.
We're gonna cut that part out. Oh, we also forgot to mention that Ryan got into a fight with a handicapped man.
Yeah, well, I think
no, it was the wife handicapped, and then
the wife was overweight, and she was in one of those trolley cars,
motorized cart. Yeah.
And we were recording, and Ryan was like, I can't. He was going off on this tangent about the motorized cart and how people abuse that. Because we saw people that could literally run a marathon, then get in a cart and drive off in the park.
He doesn't think you should have one of those if you can walk. And also stop being a fat fuck so you don't need to have one of those.
So he was like that. And then the guy was leading his wife who was in a cart right when he was saying that. And he turns around to Ryan and he's like, "You got a problem? You got a problem?" And then when me and Ryan kind of looked back at him and started laughing at him, he walked off. So it was like, what? Did you really say that at a theme park?
Wow.
You're going to throw down in Harry Potter Town? That's what he was going to do? Was his wife going to run us over in the cart? You know?
It was about to be a throwdown in Diagon Alley.
With the giant dragon watching?
Yeah. I kept missing when the dragon would blow flames out of his face. I guess that happens every 10 minutes.
Yeah. But
it was cool. It was fun.
So what ride did you like?
Okay, I really liked the Harry Potter ride the best. At times we were they had us on our backs, basically, feet in the air. I kept trying to kick my feet up, but there were times that woo, they really, it was really fun.
So she did like some rides.
I did. I loved the Harry Potter ride. I liked the King Kong ride because at one point you could take your 3D glasses off and he was just right there. It was an animatronic, very lifelike looking head of him.
Yeah.
What? Is
It was
not
like
called a
breathing.
head?
He was breathing on us.
Yeah, he's like. And then at one point in one of the rides, maybe it's the Harry Potter ride, you specifically just got like blown a lot of steam at.
A dragon, like breathed fire on me.
He just singled you out.
That was
like,
a little weird. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And Ryan felt bad for me. I heard him screaming if I was okay. And I was like, I'm okay. I was okay, Ryan.
Yeah. Velocicoaster, we thought about it, but the wait was like
the wait was way over an hour, and we had fast pass tickets, but that ride won't accept a fast pass ticket. So we tried to get our day was packed because when we first got there, we went through the Mardi Gras and we were filming, and then we started the live stream at 3. And the park closed around 8 o'clock, and we wanted the live stream to be over around 4 because that's when our line skipper, fast pass, whatever you want to call them, kicked in. And we wanted to make sure Chrissie rode a lot of rides, not just walk around over and over and over again while we were doing that. So once 4:30 hit, it was like we just went, and then Ryan had to leave because he had to go live, and then
because he had to do Tuesday night main event, which maybe are they doing it right now?
They're doing it right now.
Interesting.
And so then we ended the day at Dr. Seuss Landing, and we rode the Cat in the Hat. Oh yeah, she got sunburned. Look at that.
You can tell my arm. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we ended up at a steak dinner, and some fans met Chrissie. That was nice.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that guy your fan?
Yeah, and there he is. He's in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Rogue? That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We got some steak, and then we came right here.
Yeah, and then we came
okay. Must have been not near.
Oh, he's speaking to somebody.
Oh.
New subscriber here. That's awesome.
Yeah. What's up, Bird Dog? Bird Dog. Caesar John.
You gonna read some supers?
Someone's gonna mention it. Drunk needs to explain the cat incident meme to Chrissie.
Oh no.
What's that? Is that bad?
All right. So oh my god. So we were talking on a live stream on Geeks and Gamers. We were talking about someone brought up cats, and I just quickly said, aren't cats a cool animal? When they want to die, you just open the door and they'll go outside and find a quiet place to die.
Really?
Well, that's what I thought. And I didn't know that one little sentence would be infamous now, because everybody went ballistic when I said that, saying, don't let Jay have any pets. And everyone's saying, Jay, open the door don't let Jay open the door for you.
Oh,
and it just went on and on and on and on. Oh my gosh. It turned into something bigger than I expected.
Wow. Like you're just if you think an animal is sick, you'll just open the door and
they'll
walk
just
away.
walk out.
Oh man.
Yeah, they just find a quiet place. And then I had to look up on Google to show them that people actually think that, like me. And I was like, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So
there's worse things.
And now it's turned into a giant meme. And it's been a rough. I've been under attack for 3 weeks. My channel's been under attack. Everything's under attack. It's been rough.
Jess Pena, about effing time. I think that's because we
Thank you for that too.
Finally. Ramiro.
Chewy in the house.
Chewy is in the house. Gotta show mad love to the homie Drunk 3PO and my crushes. That is Tugs and Dr. Rachel Lindbergh. Okay.
Shoot your shot, buddy.
Shoot your shot.
Never hesitate.
I can't believe I said Ramiro was your name first. It's
Chewy.
Paul Blunt, that Park Hoppin stream was the best so far this year. Now all we need is Jay on Simpcast. Hey Frank, all we need is Radio Gaga.
Radio Gaga.
Because that's a Freddie Mercury reference.
Oh yeah. yes, that's it. I don't know if I can handle Simcast, man. That's a rough show.
Rough?
Yeah.
Demajanite, hail. Great to see you with my bro, Drunk 3PO.
What's up, D?
What's up, D? Sorrow for Tube. Sorrow for Oob. Do a Frostcast together. Special guest. Drunk Sheepio. Could you do that? Could you be a female? Maybe you could be a deaf lesbian.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have a wig.
We should.
It's blonde though.
That works. That works. And Jay Forte, of course, Jay can pull off a stash. Isn't he cute? Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm mixed up with a bunch of stuff, but living in Miami for a long time, it's as long as you have a Cuban coffee, it's.
What's in a Cuban coffee?
You could drink a Cuban coffee and swim to Cuba from Florida.
Really?
Or from Cuba to Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff. It's like really powerful.
Oh, right.
That's something that we were missing today too.
Cuban coffee or just coffee in general.
Just coffee in general.
Yeah,
I think,
that would have helped. I wanted to stop. Like, I know people aren't like as obsessive about me as coffee, but like I wanted coffee all day, and I just wasn't verbalizing it.
And I gotta say too, like seeing Chrissie live, it was crazy because the fact that she was in Savannah while I was at a 9 Line apparel event at the same time, it worked out so well because you went live that Saturday.
Yeah.
And I had nothing to do on Saturday, so I brought some 9 Line people there to watch Chrissie, and it's so cool because the first comedian went on and was doing his best. But then they introduced.
That means he wasn't good.
She was up there and I wasn't, so it's like
he
was doing what he was doing. And then Chrissie came up and like thunderous applause, and it was awesome to see it. People drove like 2 hours just to come to that show, and getting to hang out with a lot of them after the show and listening to them how they watch Friday Night Tykes. They watch you on Simcast. They watch,
the Blaze stuff.
Yeah, all they're all from like different pieces of your puzzle that you have put together, and that they just drove, everywhere to come see you. I think that was really special. It was really cool.
It is pretty amazing considering like my dad lives 2.5 hours away. And I'm like, oh, you want to come to the Tampa show? He's like, no. It's like, my own dad's not going to drive 2 hours.
And Freeze Peach Gaming. Yeah, we hung out with you there. That's right.
Oh, what's up, Freeze Peach?
It was good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some people who, they don't have real names. So like some people you learn their names in person, but then their screen name is something.
Yeah, that's right.
Some people are like trying to save
shaking
themselves.
Hands, and they're like, Jay, what's up? I'm Ed. And I'm like, what's your screen name? Oh, I'm like 50-second gamer blue. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know.
Yeah. Yeah. What my handle is Blue Waffle 67. I don't know why I said Blue Waffle. It's like the worst possible
Blue
name.
Waffle? You haven't had a waffle in a long time?
No, a blue waffle is like a disgusting.
Oh, never mind.
Sexual thing.
Oh, I'm a little innocent.
Yeah, do not look it up.
I don't know
Jay.
what that means.
Do not Google blue waffle.
I don't know what that means.
And people in the chat, don't do it. Don't look it up. You'll regret it. Crash, what's up? And I met Crash Mondo at the Tampa show as well. Can't believe your dad wouldn't drive 2 hours to your show. I drove 6.
6
Whoa,
hours,
you
bro.
drove 6? Oh, you're the best. Yeah, he came up to me. He's like, I'm your mod. I'm Crash Mondo. And I was like, ah! It was so exciting. So excited to meet everybody.
No, it was. It was. I love seeing it. Everybody was taking pictures and just asking questions and just finding out where everybody was from. Even after you roasted some of them, which they loved. So they loved being roasted.
There was one. Jay should not Google Lemon Party. Don't do it. Don't listen to them. Don't Google any of that.
I trust. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thanks for the super chat.
Wow, now you guys are throwing in a lot of suggestions of disgusting things.
I see that. I'm not sure how I feel about.
Yeah. What do you mean I look so innocent in that photo? Must have been before college. Do you mean this logo, like my avatar? Or do you mean another photo? All right.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to tell. Yeah. Wow.
Well, did you have fun on your tour?
I did. I wish there were more shows. Like, it's this weird balance between like just being on the road and you're like, I'm away from home. Like, I'm away from my stuff. Like, I'm away from Frank. I miss him. I miss the dogs. And then I start feeling like, am I letting other stuff slide? Am I, disorganized? Do I have enough podcasts coming out? Do I have to grab someone after a thing and bring them back to my hotel room so I can record another episode? So it's a mixture between that and genuinely loving these gigs, like genuinely loving being on the road. Like, I like feeling super self-sufficient. Like, I like, I think being able to tolerate a schedule that a lot of people would hate. Like, it's a lot of connecting flights. It's like a lot of hotels, but like it all goes away and it all becomes so worth it when you just get on stage and you get that first laugh, or when you meet the people after the show, or when you feel like, oh, I had a really fun, interesting, like unique set.
We were talking at dinner, and it's for people that really want something in life. There are so many extra sacrifices that you have to take that people never see. There's a lot of personal things. There's a lot of no sleep days that people never see. There's just so much that goes into working to get to a certain level that you want to achieve. #1 artist on iTunes and Amazon right here. I know, but still, it's like the work ethic that you have is very motivating, and a lot of people that don't know it, that don't get to see it, or even all the stuff that you put into all this, it's basically just like the fruit of your labor. It's what it's called.
The fruit of my loom.
But it's very motivating because people that are just starting, or that want to get to a certain level in life and whatever they're doing, and they understand, like, they see how hard you're working and what you're putting into it, and the travel and being away, and staying in terrible hotels like you did in Georgia, or surrounded by homeless people.
Bad. The Georgia one was so bad. I stayed at the Econo Lodge in Garden City, which, if you know anything about Georgia, woo, it's affordable. It's affordable
for homeless people.
I was living within my means aggressively.
Yeah.
I was aggressively on budget.
But see, that's all part of the journey, to get to where, you wanted to be. And it's,
yeah.
And now it doesn't stop,
And you never think like, it's like enough. You're always thinking like,
what's next?
What else do I have to do? So it is important, like wherever like you're at, or any of you are at, like, you do have to take the time and like appreciate where you are and any accomplishments. Like, look where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, and acknowledge your accomplishments.
I mean, yeah, that's why I'm glad you ended the tour at a theme park of all places.
That was so nice. I really liked it. Universal.
You hear that, everyone?
Universal is better for like adults that are not mentally ill, that just happen to be like, and you can go, you don't need to bring kids. Like, you can have a fun time. Like, I totally get it. Like, if you're a Florida person, you want to bring a date there, like on a really nice, like, whatever expensive date. Like, oh yeah, and you have a, season pass or something. Like, yeah, bring a girl or a guy to the park or something. So, I think I get it now.
Well, I think bringing a date to the park is very convenient, because if things ain't going well, at least you could be entertained.
Bye. Yeah, okay. Or you can always get lost. You can be like, oh, I didn't.
Or that it's like, wow, this is really boring. Let's go on a ride. So then you could be entertained, or then you could pull the whole, we should probably get going before the traffic hits.
Mm-hmm.
All those kind of things. There's so much. Or you could just drink your sorrows away, Or you could just dive into Harry Potter world, and just there was a guy with his wand, and they
sold these wands for, I think, were they $60 extra? You could buy a wand, a plastic
that had magic powers
branch, basically a plastic tree branch, and then there'd be these like little brass patches on the floor. Like, if you stood at one and you did a little like waving of your wand, something happened, like something either squirted out water or some animatronic thing would crawl up a ladder, like something would happen. But it was so fun to watch these people like do it over and over, and then nothing would happen, and then they get frustrated.
Yeah. But still, there was this guy with a wand, and he kept slapping this girl's butt.
Yeah.
And Ryan goes, "Is that spell working?" And the guy's like, "I'm trying."
I'm trying.
He's like, I'm trying to make it work.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it's like taking a date to the theme parks. It's like there's an easy out,
Yeah.
and there's easy ways to be entertained
Yeah.
and make yourself feel good about yourself if
Yeah.
life isn't working.
There's a lot of people you can be like, you know what? At least I have it more together than this person who's, a lot of people like look upset and are like sitting on the ground. You know, a lot of people sleeping on the ground, like up against rocks and things. Like people who just hit the wall, like they're tired, or it's because there's sugar and junk to eat like every block or so. Like you could be constantly filling up on garbage and then you're gonna crash.
Everyone was asking me if I was that guy. Nope.
What
wasn't
guy?
Me. I don't even have a wand.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a Harry Potter wand.
He's wandless.
I am. I just watch other people waste their money.
Yeah.
Look at that. She's bored of my conversation already.
I'm not bored. I think I just had too much to drink today. I shouldn't have had the 2 drinks. So
you had more than that, didn't you?
I had the thing when I first got in that Ryan.
But we also got
the cup with the straw.
Color changing straws and cups.
Yeah, which I still have.
Which could really.
I'm gonna take those home.
Frank is gonna love them.
Yeah.
You know, he's absolutely gonna love them.
Change color and the cups change color. G Diddy for 5. I always give Chrissy props for her work ethic. She's a monster.
Absolutely.
Aww.
And listening to her talk, like, because I was asking her questions about like the things people sacrifice. You know, and I won't go into detail, but like the things people sacrifice to live.
You can go into detail.
I guess their dream, like people sacrifice relationships, time with loved ones. You know, I guess there's like in the human life of things, especially in America, there's like people wake up, they go to work, then they go home for dinner and hang out with the kids, you know, whatever it is, whatever
right.
It's like that normal, whatever you call that a lot of people do. It's like wake and then they repeat it over and over. And some people are like, no, I want to make it in this. I want to do this. So it's like, I sacrifice watching television. I sacrifice going to the movies. I sacrifice hanging out with friends. I sacrifice
like traveling.
All these things because I want to get to a certain point, you know, of success, whatever it is. It's different for every person.
Yeah.
And
somebody who you might look at and be like, wow, I can't believe they got to be where they at. Like they might be jealous of your situation. Like there are days I definitely wake up and I'm like, man, it would be nice to like have already had kids by now. Like someone's typical day, I'll wake up, hang out with the kids, whatever, after work or something. And you're like, blah, this is so boring. It's like some days I really wish that I had that, but I spent all those years like going to clubs and running around doing open mics. And it's like, it's a huge sacrifice. Like I don't, I got to figure it out pretty soon if I do want that at all. But it's like, there are some days where you're like, wow, like it would have been nice to be like a normal person and have like normal things, but we're
not normal people.
Yeah.
I think once we realize that.
Yeah. And you don't know what it,
like who goes to theme parks all the time and
right.
Like turns on live streams and who watches that? We're not normal.
Who watches that?
How it is.
Ruben came out to the Tampa show.
Ruben's amazing. Such a good dude. I got to meet Ruben in Vegas. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Just so happy. I don't even know. I'm going to read the one that's here because it's easier to read. Just so happy that you are having fun. We should get a comedy show planned for October during the Orlando meetup. There are so many comics getting canceled. We need to support them. Congrats on your #1 album. Love you both.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thanks, Ruben.
We're working on that October stuff. We're working on that.
Most famous Ruben since Ruben stuttered, I think.
We're working on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruben stuttered. Was that American Idol? He was a singer.
Yes, he was. Did he win? No, Clay Aiken was like the first winner, and then he ended up.
I never watched the show. I only watched the first part of the show when the people that sucked, they let the people that suck come in so they could get roasted.
Yeah.
And then once it got to the regular competition, I was like, I checked out. I just like the people. I think they did that on purpose. They're like, oh my God, this person can't sing it. Oh, get in there. You have a chance.
Yeah, that's what they want.
You imagine?
They want the blooper reel to be lit. They want the rejects. And like I've said before, not really a comedy friendly show unless you are head to toe burn victim or your whole family has died in a fire or everyone you know has died of cancer. Like they want a sob story. If you're just like kind of a regular person, they're like, next.
Someone apologized to
Front
me.
Porch Conservative. Jay, I apologize. Shouldn't have taken advantage of the chance. Should have taken advantage of the chance to talk with you in Savannah. You're a good guy, and I owe you a handshake at a minimum. Drove from 9 hours to West. I can't even read. Drove from 9 hours from West Virginia to see the show. Worth every mile. Wow,
thank you.
He beat out Crash Mondo for most hours on the road to see me. Wow, 9 hours.
Man, no need to apologize. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. We actually had Chrissie roasted an Asian guy.
Asian Elliot.
Who drove all this way. Yeah. Elliot. And on his birthday.
It was his birthday. He came
just
on
to see
his
Chrissie.
birthday.
And he knew me and he knew the Friday Night Tykes people and Park Hoppin and all that stuff. And so it was really, he drove all that way to get roasted for like 30 minutes.
I know. I was like, look at you. I'm like, you're a jacked Asian. Like, first of all, let's address that. I'm like, are you single? He's like, yep. I'm like, wow. I kept calling him jacked Asian.
Yeah.
And then I learned his name is Elliot. And then I was like, this is kind of groundbreaking for me because now I have 2 Asian fans. Like I only used to have one, which is Young Pei Chang, but now I have 2. So
it was a good dude. We hung out afterwards for a good while.
Yeah, the hangs are so good. And what I've realized I really want to do is after the show, have a planned like second location to go and have a drink, because I think sometimes people feel, I don't know, maybe awkward, like lingering. Maybe some people like want to talk and hang, but they don't want to like come across a certain way. So I think I want to schedule an automatic like hang after the show, and I'll find a location in advance and
I think, how does that make you feel that someone would drive hours to watch you for 45 to an hour?
It's crazy.
Isn't
it's really crazy. Like, and I know that when I'm doing a show or before, and it's like, man, I really hope I can like meet their expectations or give them a good night. You know, I want them to feel like it was worth it.
You know, this is, hey guys, so it's incredible. People are driving 2 hours, 9 hours. All of you on the chat, can you throw in the chat what cities are most convenient for you? It actually really helps us when we're trying to plan out tours for her. Like 9 hours is crazy. So
9 hours is
imagine how many people aren't driving 2 hours, 3 hours that we could get to come out and make these really fun connections.
9 hours. Dude, I gotta send you a shirt or something.
Holy crap.
Fuck? Who are you? Hold on. We just got.
Wow.
Oh my God. Jason Doolittle. Thank you so much. Holy cow. Well, you got to take out a nut or something, Jay.
Left or right?
They won't even be able to see of where you're oriented. Damn. Thanks, Jay. Jason Doolittle. You didn't even say anything. Wow. Thanks, buddy. Damn.
I know. Yeah. What do you say after that? Thank you.
Yeah. All I can say is take that, Muhammad. No, I'm just kidding around. Love all of you. Yeah, Doolittle, more like you did a lot. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think somebody drove out. I mean, I would drive. How much would I drive to see somebody? Maybe like 5 hours.
I did 2.5 hours once when to see Daniel Tosh years ago in Atlantic City at the Borgata.
Yeah, that's worth it.
I think the most, I guess for me personally, some of the shocking, I did a meet and greet in Times Square, New York. It was just me and some of a group that I'm a part of. They call them the Dark Council. They're like the best Black YouTubers on YouTube.
And they invited you?
Well, I'm in that clique with
honorary,
them. So like, yeah, I'm the guy.
White.
But we
what
all
even
met.
Are you? What are you, Cuban? What's going on?
We all met in I'm just Jay. We met in Times Square and to hear the stories of people driving 2-3 hours to Times Square, especially in like the heat of the,
pandemic,
all that stuff. Yeah, it was the worst time.
2020 or 2021?
It was last year,
Okay.
but you needed like a passport to go eat. You needed,
Oh,
you know, all that
gross.
stuff.
Yeah, that sucks.
And but people still came out, you know, and it was
Mhm.
like I bought donuts for everyone, and
Aw.
we met at the Krispy Kreme in Times Square, and I'm thinking like, I'm not Jeremy, I'm not Ryan, you know, I'm like the other guy that kind of shows. I run the theme park channel, for crying out loud.
Park Hoppin.
I was like, I don't know who's gonna show up, because we didn't really see anybody would show up like on Twitter when I threw it out there, but we
How
had
much notice did you give?
like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But we had a larger crowd than I thought, and it was like I bought them all donuts, and then I'm like, I want to do something special, and so we all went to this outdoor Dominican pizza place that was fantastic, and I bought everybody
Aw.
pizza, because it really meant like a lot that they came out just to say hi.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do no comedy sketch, like it didn't do anything. And, you know, I didn't really have anything to offer but Krispy Kreme donuts and pizza. And we just kind of hung out and asked questions and talked and took pictures. And it was like 3 hours. It was that
Wow.
was really special to me, that, you know, wherever this goes, those are the moments that you hold on to. So,
Yeah, and that these fans are like more meaningful. And I have, you know, a lot. I compare it to like earlier in my career, or even like when I was starting to get a little more, I don't know, like bigger. But the fans that I've met in the last couple years have been like better and like nicer people, and genuinely like I think would help if I was ever in like a jam or something. Like if I ever needed advice or something, it's a great group. It's a great group of people.
they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable.
Ooh, Legion talk. Jay, it was great of you to invite Tom, Rogue, Disney. Chrissy, it was a great photo with Zort.
That's that little mouse on his shoulder.
Yeah. Tom's and great friend of, and wow. Can I not read, or can you not type? Tom's and great friend and content creator.
Tom's a great friend and a great content creator. Thank you, Legion Talk. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Tom's a good guy, and
Yeah.
I like hanging out with him. So I'm glad he got to meet Chrissy. And he went to Magic Kingdom because there was supposed to be this giant protest over the Florida bill at Disney. And this giant protest where everyone was supposed to walk off their jobs and do a protest, and not one person. At a
certain time?
I don't know when, but not one person in Orlando did it.
Wow.
Only like 12 people in California did it. So, and I called it. I kept saying this is a joke, because I know a lot of cast members is what they call people that work at Disney. So if the people didn't know that, I know a lot of them personally, and I was texting them. I'm like, "Are you going to walk out tomorrow?" And they were like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Wow.
Like
so
these people were like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." So to protest this Florida Education or Parental Education Act, which they're calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. It was only like 12 people in California, which just shows like, and what's crazy is it got such high media attention, like CNN and other people were covering it. But what happened was there was a Twitter account that was made called Disney Walkout, and they had a website. They tried to look professional and all those things. And all these people covering it, and nobody even did it. They just took all this information off this one Twitter account and just put it all together.
Disney workers walk out over the company's response to so-called Don't Say Gay bill. Some employees of the Walt Disney Company walked off the job Tuesday to protest what they said was the company's tepid response to a Florida bill that would restrict discussion of gender and sexuality in schools. Apparently hundreds of employees were seen marching out of the company's headquarters
in California,
in Burbank, California, Tuesday morning, according to CNBC field producer Steve DeSaulniers. The full-scale walkout came after Disney employees planned a series of smaller walkouts during their 15-minute breaks to urge the company to take a stronger stance against the parental rights and education legislation, which advocates have dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill.
See, this was all like, what's crazy to me is
they don't want
been studying this for like what was going to happen, and someone that goes to the theme park regularly and knows a lot of people. It just seems like this was a social media created event that someone probably did like in their basement, and they made it appear as if it was going to be a big national thing, but it wasn't.
Wow.
It wasn't. And so then they came out and they said, they were like making up stuff saying, well, Disney won't let us wear our pride pins.
What?
And I'm like, that's not true.
They literally sell gay shit everywhere.
I know. That's
they
what I was
sell
saying.
rainbow.
And once they said that, I knew there was something fishy about this whole thing.
Yeah. They sell gay versions of every like ride. Like, get your gay Jurassic Park keychain after the ride. Get your gay Harry Potter shirt.
Yeah, every theme park has the June merchandise.
We're calling it June. Employees are calling for Disney to stop making political donations to certain Florida politicians, including Governor Ron DeSantis, and commit to a plan to protect LGBTQ staff. How are they this doesn't affect them at all.
Exactly. That's the other problem, is no one's reading the bill. They're just going by what social media is saying.
Damn.
So this should be such an eye-opener to how media and stories are started. Like I said, someone put together a website, a Twitter handler, like a Twitter.
Do you remember what the Twitter handle was?
Yeah, it's called Disney Walkout. And then they won't even let anyone. They won't let anyone like reply. There it is. See, with the Mickey fist.
Oh Lord. Okay, we're gonna share the screen. The Mickey fist. This is like Disney Lives Matter here. Look at this.
Look at that.
Disney
Look at the
Walkout.
hashtags. Disney do better.
Ugh, gross.
Well, they showed it. Look, they're not following anyone. They have 6,000 followers, and they're the ones that this one account started all this crazy buzz. If you scroll down, they have a picture of the walkout. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Oof. This is the Lucasfilm walkout.
Time to watch The Last Jedi again. Wow.
Because this is a movement of leaders. Anyone can be powerful. No one owns the labor force besides ourselves.
They literally went out like on communism. A coffee break.
Wow. Yeah. This is the Walt Disney Animation Studios walkout.
California.
Well, then you can do that, California.
I know. It has nothing to do with Florida.
Wow. But they're trying to use like the power of Disney to cancel basically like Ron DeSantis. Yeah. They want exactly like
it's
corporatism.
It's a horrific political.
This is fueling corporatism. Wow.
It's crazy. Keep going down. I think keep scrolling down to there's like another picture, unless they deleted it. See, that's the big one right there. That's the Pixar. It's like no one. This is also California.
Wow. Yeah, it has nothing to do. Like what goes on in Florida schools has nothing to do with what happens in California.
I know. It's so dumb. It makes no sense.
Wow. But again, they're like, oh, Disney canceled Ron DeSantis for us.
And then they're like, I find it hard to believe that Disney sells Pride merch in June and then stands for us. I'm like, hello, do you smell the roses here? Every corporation does that. When June comes around, everyone changes their avatar to the rainbow. Then they come out with their Pride merch. And then once June is over, they've been doing that for years, if you hadn't noticed. It's crazy.
Wake up. Benjamin Reinhardt, there's another Side Splitters in Tampa that's not in a movie theater, and it's closer to more spots for a hangout. Also, there's a Tampa Improv. I've done the other Tampa room. I really like it. I really liked it the last time I did it. So I'm going to shoot for a weekend at that location next time. Yeah. Thanks, Binge.
That's Chewy.
Ramiro. Special shouts to Lauren
Leal. I got it. Ali Nicole, Kale Roses, a good pal.
Callie Roses, yeah.
Yeah. And you, Chrissy. It's Chewy. His nickname is Chewy. And he does shout outs to like some of his favorite people on live streams. Good to see you here, Chewy.
I think those are all porn stars.
They're either that or they're like sports betting podcasts that he likes to shout out.
Callie Roses was on Chrissy's Wet Spot show.
Yeah.
And Allie Nicole is someone I've been trying to get on Chrissy's Wet Spot show. So he's just shouting out porn stars.
Go for it, Chewy. Awesome. Shoot your shot, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Chrissy, I sent you something in the private chat. Also.
Oh, okay. Guys, I don't know if you knew this, but you can make a lot of money off crypto.
I did not know that.
Go to copymycrypto.com/Mayr Day. Check it out. Just go and listen to the video, see if it resonates for you. This is the music. This is
Like filling a room with
coming.
love.
It's coming from your soul. It's coming from the part of you that wants to earn more money from crypto. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this guy, James McMahon, who runs the Copy My Crypto page on YouTube, which despite heavy censorship, we know how YouTube works, has over 1 million views and 15,000 subs. And he's picked really good coins, like 26 really good coins that if you would put like $100 into each one in the beginning, you'd have like over $66,000 by now. There's this one coin in particular called Phantom that's done really well and retired some people, which means they don't have to work anymore. And these are people like in their 20s and 30s that are just crushing it. So if you go to copymycrypto.com/Mayr, you as a listener can check this out. This is a special $1 deal. And I feel like that's worth it. That's worth just checking it out, seeing if it sounds good to you. Yeah. Go to copymycrypto.com/MAYR. Yeah, and just take this good feeling music in with you. And be like, you know what? I could be a crypto bitch too. That's right. Check it out, guys. Wow.
I feel crypto already.
Do you feel a little crypt out right now? Am I cripping you out?
That was good.
Midnight Ambassador, I love both of your content, but Chrissy, I want to know, what do you think of Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh? I love Andrew Schultz's style. I think he's like pretty masterful in terms of like the business element of it and the way he uses social media. I think he's like really, I see he puts out tons of clips. He makes it very easy and accessible for people. I love his crowd work. He has so much fun on stage. He's so free. That's really inspiring to watch. Akash Singh, I'm sort of familiar with him, but I don't think I've seen him perform very often. But yeah, I am a fan of Andrew Schultz. I think he's very free on stage and very comfortable. Crash Mondo, we need to stop calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. It's an anti-grooming bill. Exactly.
I don't know, we're not calling it that. We were just using it as a point of reference.
That's true. That's what a lot of people are calling it. But yeah, they're like, we want to groom. Keep it going. All right, only 2 more. Walking out during your 15-minute break, laughing my ass off. That's just taking your lunch break. Oh, that's just taking your break, bruh. You didn't walk out of nothing. I agree. It's very weak. Mark Wilkins, the Don't Say Gay bill is actually an anti-pedo grooming bill. Don't fall for the BS. Yep. You guys are smart. You know what's up. You know the deal. So it's to me, this looks like perhaps a sign that the wokies are and even more of the minority.
Well, not only that, but like if Disney's gonna die on this hill, like that's really telling.
Yeah.
It's really telling that
they're a lot of people.
Because what happened now is that when Bob Chapek came out and apologized for not doing more to stop this bill, he opened the floodgates of that group, a certain group of people that are never happy. So when you bow to the mob,
do you mean women?
When you bow to the mob, they're never satisfied. They will constantly say more. I want more. I want more. I want more. Because you kneeled once, they think they can get you to do it again. If he had just stayed neutral and just said, we're Disney, we're just going to do this, he couldn't do it. Had to say sorry.
How do you feel about people who maybe give you some shit, Jay? Like, your job is to cover these theme parks. Your job is to see what's going on and keep people up to date. How do you feel like when people go, oh, how dare you go to a Disney park when Disney's like so woke and shitty? Like, how could you do that? What do you say?
I mean, it's I get that more than I'd like to get that, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's a job that you get paid and that you do, and so I have to, at the end of the day, I have to take care of myself. So I have to work and
also
do
like
that.
the masses are not going to like, it's like us in particular, because we're paying very close attention, are aware of this, but like the masses of people going to Disney World are not thinking or caring about how woke the Disney Corporation
No, they
is.
don't. They don't
They're
even
just
think
trying
about
to give
it.
their kids a good trip.
Right. And so we still call out a lot of the stuff and try to help people, I guess, in the long run, like how to save money. If there's alternatives, like instead of staying here, you could stay there.
Is this worth it? Is this not
exactly.
worth it?
And so it's just giving people information, on stuff like that. So
yeah.
Listen, no matter what you do, like you can dig into anybody's job and say, wow, that person, like, did you know your boss gave to this political party or whatever? And then how could you work there because they're doing that? There's a lot of people out there that are like boycott Disney. And I totally get their passion about like not giving Disney a penny or anything like that. But when you see what Disney owns and how vast it is, it's almost impossible to fully like boycott anything Disney. But again, I totally get people's passion about these companies and how they want them to like crumble and change because they're destroying certain things. But sometimes what we're covering is like a slow motion train wreck. And we're just waiting for it to finish, and see where it goes from there. And hopefully these companies will either lose enough money or get to a place or get new leadership where things begin to change. And then we can, begin to share, hey, things are changing, are going back. So,
right.
Just
And
gotta do
even
what
if
you
you were to take the same point and be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna not do Park Hoppin, I'm not gonna review parks, even if you were to do that, guess what, people are still gonna go to these parks, people are still gonna be looking for content. Okay, how do I strategize?
If they don't watch, they'll watch somebody else.
They'll watch somebody else. So I don't know, you might as well put your special J spin on it, and maybe you can. I mean, I feel like you've been able to talk about these issues in addition to like doing a good job and showing people.
We're
parks.
hoping.
Yeah. I think I did this one already from Mark Wilkins. The Don't Say Gay bill is actually anti-pedo grooming.
Don't fall
bill.
for the BS.
Okay. Yeah. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I think I did everything. And I know it's getting late and Jay's got a long drive back home.
It's not too bad.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad we covered the like kind of non-existent walkout. Because I know people were wanting to talk about that.
That's the thing. It's like it's really crazy to so like, for example, this Star Wars hotel, we are literally watching them spend so much money that they didn't have on something there is no way they can keep that going. It just doesn't add up. Like there is no amount of there is not enough rich people that want to throw away $6,000 for 2 nights to keep that thing going for year after year after year. And they are so desperate. We're literally it's almost comical at this point where they're changing the entire respect the lore. We talk about that lore of Star Wars just to make that stupid hotel relevant in the Star Wars lore, so that will help people maybe want to stay. The problem is like people that went for free, they said you're gonna have a great time. Listen, I can have a great time at Walmart. That's the truth. I can laugh. I can have a great time at dinner. I can do a lot of things that don't cost a lot of money where I can literally say, I had a great time. Like, and that was awesome. And you can
give your kids a good time without spending thousands of dollars. Like, you could go camping. You could go, like, and the fact that they're using this kind of guilt people, give your kids, like, this once-in-a-lifetime experience of have them stay in the bunk beds that are in the wall. And it's like, you could.
Right. And so,
stay in a cool bunk
like,
bed
that kind of stuff where people leave the Starcruiser saying I had a good time. I believe it. Maybe they did. Maybe it was something that they've never experienced in their life. But what we're trying to balance out is the cost over the experience, you know? And so, and it's way too expensive for the experience that they're giving. And we're literally watching. The place was fully booked to July.
Really? Can I look it up right now?
And
Like
then
in real
yeah,
time?
of course.
So it's called Star Wars
Galactic Starcruiser.
Okay.
It was fully booked till July. And then after the video started coming out, they just the booking just started to disappear. Right, go to start planning. There it is. Now scroll down. You can go all the way down to the calendar. So
okay, so this I'm gonna share.
So look, there's spots in May, June.
This was at one point.
It was booked all the way to July, and news reports were saying the influencers did their job. It's fully booked to July. It's fully booked, everyone. Look, it's fully booked. Can you go to April? I'm just curious to see if anything opened up in April. If we go back, April's booked. Okay. So go back one more.
They influenced
that, but see, that was already booked. So okay,
yeah.
so May has opened. And then you wonder, like, because we're not getting like numbers on this.
Look at all this for July.
Look at July. Keep going forward. Oh, August is wide
totally
open.
Full.
September has a few days.
September's gonna be
October
totally full.
No, totally empty. Like it's not booked.
Oh yeah, fully available. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
November. Okay, so people don't seem to be
December.
booking out.
Look at that. Not even around Christmas time, which those you would think would be kind of full, or even like
they would do this.
Now you have to remember they only have 100 rooms.
Oh wow!
So it ain't like they trying to fill up like a giant hotel or a resort.
Only 100 rooms.
And so they only need to fill up 60%.
Wow!
And then they kind of block it off. So it's like
this is like an elite thing only. And how many elite Star Wars fans do we really have?
But that's the thing, and it's a LARPing experience that people, and then of course, here's the other problem: people that have paid a lot of money to go, they're not going to come out and say, "Wow, I wasted $6,000." A lot of them are not going to say that. They're not going to embarrass themselves on money that they might have wasted on this trip, and so we're seeing this. We're seeing this all kind of play out through the theme parks on some of the stuff that they're changing in our cinema. And because they started to add stuff that they're adding to the theme parks, they're throwing it into Star Wars television, their shows, all that stuff, their comic books, their books. And it all started with the theme parks. They're doing the same thing with the Avatar Land and everything. They're adding it to, so Avatar introduced.
What's Avatar Land?
What's called Pandora. It's the blue people.
Remember yeah, I know those people.
So they added to the ride a lot of the water Na'vi people, and so now that's going to be part of the new film. So as theme parks go, so does a lot of the pop culture with these movies and things like that. So it's really interesting to see this. It's like slow motion train wreck and what's happening over there. So.
Do you think that people are now just waiting for the price to completely plummet?
So it could go on Groupon.
Yeah. Like what price do you think it'll have to come to where people say, okay, it's worth it now from everything you've seen in videos?
2,000?
So what we're seeing, they used to give for the price of an admission ticket. So everything that you're seeing in the Starcruiser was at Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars land. You could watch the lightsaber duel between Rey and Kylo. The robots were out, all that stuff. So they literally took all that stuff that was part of your theme park ticket and put it behind a $6,000 paywall.
Damn.
So
and added a bunk bed.
And added a bed.
And it's orange. I don't know. I know that's like what the BB-8 coloring is, the white and orange.
It's really odd.
I don't know. I don't love orange.
I think it's hard for them to. I don't think they're going to drop the price because how they're explaining it. They said if you take a family of 5 that goes to Disney for 5 or 6 days, you're going to spend the same amount of money.
Wow.
So, which is in some aspects true. So it's when you add in the theme park tickets and the food and the resorts and the things like that. So they don't plan on. I don't think they're going to drop the tickets. What I think is going to happen is they're going to change it to they're gonna have they'll have the sleepover like maybe on the weekends, and during the day it'll be like a dinner theater that
Wow.
people can buy, you know, like a 4-hour tour of the ship. And that's just, it's just sad that they would spend all that money and it's not like, as we saw, the calendar's like wide open. So
Wow.
like how empty. So they have all these actors and they have all these people in there. So what if there's only 5 people staying that night? Do they continue? Do they perform for just those 5 people? You know, like, how does that work? And so you're just wondering, like, you know, I applaud them for taking a chance and taking a risk, because I think people that want to try new things, but you also have to read the room.
A bunk bed in an office building is so fantastic.
You have to read the room and be like, we just came out of a pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people can't afford that. And yes, are there millionaires and rich people that can afford? Of course there are. And they're acting as if it's like, just charge it. You'll have a great experience.
This is a good point brought up here by R2. Disney has made it clear it's not really interested in the middle class's money anymore. Like, this is how I remember Disney World as a kid. Growing up, we were very middle class. It just was like, and just being there today, I was like, damn, every time you turn around, it is like $15-20 for a water, a snack, anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just more aware of it as an adult, how much more money it is now. And maybe as a kid, it was still expensive like that. But we were able to go, and like my parents didn't make very much money at all. And we went like at least twice when we were kids. So
no, they're definitely pricing out lower and middle class people, because now on top of a ticket to get in, if you want
the fast pass,
you have to pay individual rides to like get in a faster line. And so we're watching. So like, so this is crazy. So people like me who has an annual pass to Disney, I don't pay for parking. I go there for a few hours to film, to do this, and then I leave. I really don't spend a dime in that place. But
you bought this.
Well, this was Universal. This was actually given to me from somebody in the park. That's why I wear it. So thank you if you're watching. But what Disney, he made me lose my train. So shit. What they're doing now is they're getting rid of the annual pass holder, which is what I have, because they'd rather have people buy the ticket and spend more money and go in than someone like me who doesn't spend any money in the park. So yeah, they're pricing out lower and middle class families. We're just watching it happen.
Yes, Steve Giblin. Yeah, I remember as a kid getting to Disneyland for something like $20 or so. It used to be affordable for everyone. Wow.
Yeah. But these other parks, like Universal and everything else, they're stepping up with special tickets and things like. They see what's happening. They see the writing on the wall. And then Universal's about to unveil Nintendo Land next year, and it's gonna crush everything. It's spectacular.
What do you think of this that your friend brings up? Plus, you can't get lightning lanes unless you stay on property to discourage staying of property.
So you have to, if you stay at a Walt Disney World resort, then you have special access to get the line skipper pass before everybody else. But the resorts are like 10 times more expensive than like a hotel we're staying at now. And they don't offer, there's just a room that just says Disney on it. So this will, if Bob Chapek goes down in history, they'll call him Cheapskate or something like that, because he's really just trimmed down everything. And just so he can make a profit. And it shows, like, when the profits came out, they made a lot of money on the theme parks, but you wonder if you can sustain that, or if there's going to be a bubble that pops. Because the theme parks are the only thing keeping Disney up. They're the only thing that's not in the red. Yeah, wow. They made over, like, this last quarter, they did like $3 billion more than anticipated.
Because probably those people that were like, they've been saving money.
That was the question.
They get back out
right.
There.
They did a survey. These tourist companies did a survey, and they said, we've been locked in for 2 years. We haven't gone anywhere. Of course, let's go to Disney. Let's go to Florida. Florida's like maskless. you don't need a vax card. You don't need all that stuff. And so people were traveling. We had record numbers of tourism over Christmas here in Florida.
Wow.
So it wasn't just Disney. It was like every theme park, every hotel, resorts, the beaches, everything was like overpacked, and a lot
AOC
of
came here.
Yeah, people that talk trash about our state and our governor vacationed here. Don Lemon, who said he would never go to Florida, was caught sunbathing in Florida. So figure that out with no mask on.
The gays, they gotta stay tan. They gotta stay svelte. I drove by a couple of banners of Ron DeSantis. I drove past a big mural of Trump. I was like, I enjoy Florida. Florida cracks me up sometimes. I really enjoyed driving across the state, about just seeing how much like livestock and farmland that you pass.
People don't see that.
Yeah.
You drove from Tampa to Orlando, so you went over like some of the swamp areas where there's like tons of alligators and stuff. I have like alligators in my backyard.
I want to see one.
So what are you gonna do if you see one?
I don't know. I want to pet it, but like from behind. Like, I don't want to alarm it.
You want to pet it from behind? They probably won't like that.
No, I don't like when I get pet from behind.
I had one under my car once, and my neighbor, God bless him, retired man that sits in his rocking chair with cigars. And he was like, he yelled at me. He's like, it's under your car. It's under. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like the little gator's under your car. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do about it?
Shit.
And he's like, just kick the tire. And I'm like, kick the tire? I was like, okay. So I went, and like, I'm scared because I didn't know if it was going to jump at me. I've never dealt with this before. So I kicked the tire a few times, and it just scurried back off into the canal.
Woo!
So I was like, well, that was fun.
Oh yeah, and I got this Bort.
Do people know the Bort joke from The Simpsons?
Did you watch The Simpsons growing up? Any of you guys? This is Bort. It's a Bort name tag. I had to have it. I had to get it. It's from a bit. And then Ryan's making fun of me. He's like, so wait, you're like desperate to get this name tag, which is a 30-year-old bit, like from one episode on The Simpsons. I'm like, yeah, I guess I am.
It's a good bit. I thought it was funny when you showed it to me. I got it. I got the joke.
I was going to ask you like what you felt like is the future of the parks and such. Like what's going to take off. But I feel like you kind of explained that.
I think Disney is turning into a high price circus where you buy tickets to ride, like, individual tickets. I think that's what kind of it's turning into.
Wow.
Disney has an incredible brand where people, when they want to go on vacation, Disney always rings in the ear of, I guess, regular people that don't understand, that aren't like invested in understanding woke and like things like that. They just normal people living their life.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, it's family friendly. Good. It's like
it's like it's Disney. Like they don't watch the news. They don't have social media. They don't keep up with all the stuff. So they just go. But I think Universal is going to give it a huge run for its money with Nintendo Land when it opens, because it opened in Japan. And it's unbelievable what it's going to be. But this is what I want people to watch. When 2 years ago, when the pandemic was starting, it started with Shanghai Disney closing because of the spike in cases. And once that closed, people were like, wow, that's weird. Like a Disney's closed. Like it really never happens. And then it spread across the world. Well, just yesterday, Shanghai Disney is closed indefinitely again because a spike in new cases.
Oh my God.
And now it's spread to Hong Kong Disney, just closed indefinitely.
This is because just now.
Yeah, yesterday. And I'm sitting here like,
maybe they're releasing.
Hello, everyone. Deja vu all over again. Because I went all the way.
Something else.
I went all the way back to like the old videos from Park Hoppin, and I was like, this is really strange. Like, I remember seeing the videos of me saying like, Disney never closes. Like, even when a hurricane, it never closes. But it's like, this was the start of things closing.
Oh boy.
And there it is right there. 2 days. Well, 2 days ago, but. So make sure you subscribe to Park Hoppin, because we were the first ones to call it.
Damn.
Like things were going to shut down, and people were like, nah, never in America. And
yeah,
sure
look at that.
enough,
Shanghai Disney Resort to close from Monday as China battles COVID outbreak.
this is deja vu, like all over.
Ugh.
It's the same headline like 2 years ago. Yeah, closed until further notice. It was the same. It's literally the same headline that was like 2 years ago.
Same old Corona, same great taste. Like, what is different about this? Is this Omicron we're doing this for?
I don't know. It just says the regular COVID. It doesn't say anything. Just saying the cases are spiking.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just saying it's
interesting.
I saw that and it's just like, as the theme parks go, so does the so went the world. I was like, holy
to me, it's
crap.
like I'm not gonna take it seriously. I mean, unless I actually see people like dying in the streets. Like now, it's the boy who cried wolf, and it's like I will never believe anything the government says ever again.
Yeah, it's just like, but the governor here in Florida made a promise that he'll never shut down the state, no matter what's going on.
That's dope.
So, but still, Disney follows a different, like they could shut down because they want to be.
So Disney and Universal are not at all related.
No, one's Comcast, the other one's Disney.
I feel better now.
So, yeah, and it's crazy. So that's crazy.
Yeah. People think it's the only way they can get the mail-in voting for 2022. Interesting.
It's to keep it shut down.
Yeah, keep people scared, like they gotta shut down. China's behind on Omicron. They stayed on lockdown and are interesting. Yeah, probably also the vax numbers are high over there, so of course they're gonna have a lot of Omicron. Just saying. Anyway,
so you didn't even know Park that, did you?
No, you brought some fresh news to the podcast today, Jay. Appreciate you. Where can people find you and follow you and all that good stuff?
The theme park channel is called Park Hoppin. It's part of Geeks and Gamers. I help run it with an amazing team over there. We have a lot of fun. And usually when YouTubers come to town, I love to collab with people. I love to hang out with them at the theme parks. So even like when people are coming to town and oops. And Chrissie wasn't subscribed.
I wasn't subscribed. Okay. That's so embarrassing.
It's all right. And who wants to subscribe to a theme park channel? I mean, it's not in your wheelhouse.
So
it's not in your wheelhouse.
No, unacceptable, guys. This is where.
But we have a lot of fun there. So, like, if you scroll down a little bit to like the highest, there was our live streams doing well.
Yeah, check us out.
There we are. But what was really funny, if you scroll down just a little bit more, the number one video was right after Gina got fired. I wore a Cara Dune shirt to Galaxy's Edge. Look at that, I got a mask on. That was back when everybody had to keep a mask.
Oh man,
that people were so angry with me in that video. They called me. I mean, it's
really?
They were like, "How dare you? Like, this is so dumb." But we cover stuff that other people won't cover, like fights at Magic Kingdom. There's Anna, that Star Wars girl. We got inside the box truck. Our friend Rogue Disney got that photo that was featured on Yahoo News. So we cover stuff that the other theme park channels won't cover. Yeah, because they want to keep it happy. Everything's happy. Everything's awesome. It's like, nah, there were some drunk women fighting. You need to know this in the middle of Magic Kingdom. It was awesome.
We need to see weaves torn out. We want to hear about that.
That's what we report on. So it's like, be careful out on them theme park streets, man.
What's really going on?
Be careful. And then my personal channel is Drunk 3PO. We just talk pop culture, and that's where I record my podcast live, just like what we're doing here, which is Welcome to the Rebellion podcast, which is on iTunes. It's everywhere you listen to podcasts. So if you want to check that out, we have a lot of great guests that talk about how they rebelled against their fear and are living their dream, or taking the right steps into living out their dream, because we just saw a lot of people afraid these last 2 years, and they want to get back into the habit of, I have something inside of me that I want to do and I want to accomplish, but I was kind of thrown off track for 2 years because of all this fear mongering. And so we interview people on how they kind of got the ship moving in the right direction again. I love it. And I love hearing people's stories like that. So that's what we do over there.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for taking me to the park. Thanks for coming to the hotel to do this pod. Crash Mondo, sure, our governor made a promise to not shut down the state, but these
Yeah.
GOP raccoons still have neocons. Wow, I
Yeah.
really can't read. The GOP neocons still haven't fixed Florida Statute 381. Shaking my head. Damn those raccoons. Yeah, Crash knows what's up.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jay. This was great. Thank you, chat, for your
Yo,
questions and
Jitsu
comments.
says, "Live by the rebellion." Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate all you guys. I know and a lot of the jokes in the chat. It's all love.
Oh,
Appreciate you guys.
We love you guys. All right. Until next time. Bye. Park Hoppin.